Yo, my brothers. You know we here right now. You know the segment of the beginning of the episode, right? I didn't want to curse, so here how it goes. Drunk sports talk, baby. We're taking a shot, and we're taking a shot right now for the Knicks advancing. All right. We're gonna get into a lot of ill sports talk this week, man. We got a lot of subliminal shit and bochinche going out there between other divisions and other sports teams out there, like the Jets and the Giants, and even internal beat. Yo, I love it. You know what I mean? But this one goes out here, you know what I mean?
Love it.
For the Knicks, yo, they playing, baby. Oh, we playing, man. This is like the '94 Knicks, they say, right? Salute to my brothers, B.
Salute.
Mm.
All right.
Taste down liquor with more liquor.
Word up.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, man. I want to welcome everyone back to Drunk Sports Talk. You know what? Hold on. Let me get the energy right. Hold up. I want to welcome everyone back to Drunk Sports Talk, New York's new #1 sports talk. Out on these internet streets. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with us. And we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Allow me to reintroduce myself with the new blue Yankee on. It's your boy Cash. You know what I'm saying? And I got my brothers, my ride or dies, my day one niggas who I fuck with heavy at television, and my brother Q. What is going on, my brothers?
What's goody, baby?
Yo,
I'm just chilling, chilling.
Some energy, fucking turn up, niggas. Let's go.
Chilling, shooting the shit and drinking, B.
Yes, sir.
What else is better than that? I just wish the Knicks was playing today, but they were off tonight, so
feeling good, feeling great.
I get hyped by doing this shit with y'all brothers. You feel me?
Knicks play. No, Knicks ain't playing right now, are they?
No.
Oh yeah. I'm bugging out. I'm like, I'll get ready.
Curtains. They play them all.
Play them all, man. We're gonna get into Knicks talk and all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's been a roller coaster ride in New York sports, man. These last couple months, to say the least. I want to get first of all today. I want to get into all the crazy shit that's going on with the New York Giants, man. You got this Wink Martindale shit and Brian Daboll shit going on. Let me break it down a little bit. Then I want to play a clip of some different thoughts and ideas in this. But basically, okay, so long time NFL insider Jay Glazer reported this week that there's been a rift, or like a beef, more like a rift between DC, Wink Martindale, and head coach Brian Daboll, right? You have people that think it's serious. You have other people that say, it's all kind of blown up through the media. It's all kind of blown out of proportion. But the report said that Wink Martindale might not finish out the season, and he definitely wouldn't be back the next season. You guys heard the Giants state of the Giants press conference with Joe Shane this week. I thought it was kind of whack the way he pretended like he wasn't even aware to quote from Jay Glazer. Jay Glazer is pretty plugged in. He's like a big time NFL insider. And also Daboll kind of downplayed it in the press conference by saying that the only thing they kind of fight over is the last slice of pizza. You know what I mean? He kind of made light of it. He tried to, they're trying to do a little PR damage control, walk it back a little bit. Wink was awarded the game ball this week. But listen, before I get your thoughts, I don't believe for 1 second that Jay Glazer is just pulling bullshit out of a hat. Like I said, he's one of the most plugged in guys in the NFL. If you follow NFL, you know who the fuck Jay Glazer is. And I believe there's something there. You know what I mean? You kind of saw them get a little heated the week before last on the sidelines. Both guys have big egos. Wink is a little bit more buttoned up. Brian Daboll looks like a guy who kind of wears his emotions on his sleeve a little bit. You know what I mean? Even on the press conference, he's kind of buttoned up. But you see him on the field, he's a rah-rah kind of guy. Ed, I'm gonna go to you first. I know you said you wasn't too familiar with what was going on, but do you think the media is making too much out of this beef? And also, do you believe that Wink will be back next year?
Well, you just said it best. Jay Glazer is a well-known inside man in NFL. So if he comes out with a report, then there's something behind it. So from the little bit that I've gathered information, what I gathered the last couple of hours or so, I'm not gonna say days because I really just got on it now. I know there's been some tension between them two, and it's like you said, Daboll. You can see he's a rah kind of guy on the field, more of a suit and tie guy when it comes to the media. You know what I mean? He's gonna downplay everything, but you could tell there's a lot going on in that Giants locker room that is just I'm glad it's not reflecting on the field right now, but it's been reflecting throughout the whole season. And maybe Martindale, Wink is time to go. Maybe he feels like it's time to go, and they will probably bring his own guy, probably bring another guy that he got from the Bills over onto the Giants, because I feel that's what they're doing right now. They're bringing a lot of guys over from the Bills on over to the Giants right now.
Absolutely. Q, before I get to you, I just want to say that I don't want Wink to go. I think Wink is a really, really, really good DC. He was good in Baltimore. A lot of politics got him out in Baltimore. I like the way the defense is playing. I like the way he got the linebacker call on a game. The corners, you know what I'm saying? Deontay Banks is developing. He had an interception last week. I believe I think he's a really good coach, and I don't think that the owners Mara and Tish, I don't think they really want Wink to get out of there. I believe at some point at the end of the season, what probably will happen is they'll sit everyone down, maybe on the exit meetings or whenever, and they'll try to mediate that between Daboll and Wink, because consistency is very important, right? You got Daboll. This is year 2 for Daboll, year 2 for Wink, right? You don't want to keep resetting. You want to have stability. I believe Daboll. This is not a great year, even though mathematically we could make the playoffs, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, which is crazy. We went from the number 1 draft pick to possibly maybe being able to back into the dance.
Don't make
or whatever.
No sense.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we shouldn't look at year 1 maybe overachieved, and Daboll was the guard out here. Year 2, he's kind of in the mud, but I think he's stabilizing the ship. I think, like I said, Kayvon Thibodeau, McFadden, all these guys playing really good defense. You saw what they did with the Patriots last week. So I think as a pair, maybe Kafka. I don't know. I'm not too sure about Kafka. The offense looks really bad this year, but the defense does look good. Will we all agree on that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they got games that they look very good, but then they got games that they look very bad.
They look very bad, but overall, I think they're improving. You got a couple of rooks. I think overall the defense is stable. You know what I'm saying? Q, what's your thoughts on the Wink and Daboll beef?
Look, man, I fuck with Winky Wright. You heard me? Like, yo, yo, man, Wink is dope, man, and it's just doesn't make any sense to me, because like you're gonna start this shit at the end of the season, like. Bro, we've been losing, and our secondary was trash for the first 8 games, and now they want to bring it out and say they're going tit for tat. I'm pretty sure this has been happening for a long time. This could be for all we know, it is a rumor, and Jay Glazer's on his shit. For all we know, this could be something that happened and transpired a long time ago. But then again, let's think about it, man. They are playing very well. We have a good core. I like what they're doing, but we all knew that Wink was eventually probably going to end up trying to leave anyway, man. Yeah, I think Wink Martindale eventually does want to become a head coach. I don't think he wants to be a defensive coach, for his entire tenure in the NFL, in my opinion. There was even rumors of him leaving to become a head coach and take rumors last year. So I don't know.
I know they'd have to give him.
He's on the contract. So I don't know if that has to play a part in it too. But think about it, man. You're a losing team. You're trash. Your offense is trash. Right now, we're winning games that are meaningless, and like you said, we're going to talk about that later.
Maybe not. Though, go ahead. Yeah.
But we were losing these games. We're winning. Now we're winning games, and we're getting sacked out of our mind. I think the Giants have been sacked a total of like 70 fucking times, bro. Like, yo, these numbers these are MVP numbers for linebackers, bro. Got 6 sacks in one game. I got 4 sacks in one game. But on the defensive side, I like what Wink Martindale does, man. Like you said, Deontay Banks, he's playing, man. Like I think they're all fitting it together. It's frustrating when trying to get there, man. Nobody can ever build greatness automatically. Like Tom Brady and Belichick didn't have greatness year 1 or year 2 or year 3. You know what I mean? Like and that's just that cohesiveness. And that's what we need from Daboll and Wink. We need to have a good offense mind and a good defensive mind, build our quarterbacks up, let our defense do what they need to do with these young guys. Because at this point, we're going to draft something that's not going to be top 4, top 5, top 6. So, like they need to figure that out, which is what's worrying me, that quarterback position.
I'm not worried about that, but yeah, go ahead.
No, and I just think we're going to figure it out. But, I think they're probably making it bigger than what it really is. But I think there's also alternate motives and things that we don't really know about behind the scenes, like maybe he does want to leave, or maybe there's just certain, because let's be honest, in the beginning, the same way our Kafka was calling these plays, that shit was, man, I could know what they were doing, like I said in previous episodes, and the same thing was happening with the defense. We were getting burned, man. We were getting burned. And to be honest, as soon as like maybe Tyrod Taylor went down is when our defense actually picked up. Like our worst quarterback had to start playing the game for our defense to pick up the pieces. You know what I mean? Or at least get it together, in my opinion.
Let me play this clip. This is Jordan Renan of ESPN. He was on the I think it was, the Talking Giants podcast. Pardon me for not giving the credit. No disrespect, but it just slipped my mind. I believe it was a Talking Giants podcast. It's a really good podcast. If I got it right, it's a really good podcast. Go check it out. Also, go check out Fireside Giants. We don't hate on the show. We show love. We spread love. Even though niggas be biting our shit, don't give us no credit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Nah, spitting facts, Cash.
You know what I'm saying? We don't hate over here. We show love. We give credit where credit is due. But listen, Jordan Renan of ESPN, he had something I believe kind of interesting to say about the whole situation. Let's check this out.
Okay. Is Wink Martindale the Giants defensive coordinator in 2024?
Oof. Look, you want to go against what Jay Glazer says? Jay Glazer is usually pretty plugged in. Now, I will admit, I had heard some things. You hear some rumblings, but there's plenty of people who don't like each other in this business or don't get along great or have opposing really philosophies and way how they handle themselves. But I did not know it had reached a point where it might not, where it might blow up on them. I thought they would still be able to continue, and I still do. I still do think there is a chance they continue. I'm not sure if I want to bet on it right now, though. I'll be honest with you on that. Clearly, there's a difference in opinion between the two coaches. We're talking about Wink and Brian Daboll here. Everything about them seems diametrically opposed, right? Just the way they handle themselves on the sideline, the way they handle themselves in public, everything about them. But I thought it could work. I'm not so sure. Where would you bet right now?
I mean, Jay Glazer says they might not get through the season. I would be shocked if he is the defensive coordinator at this point. Jay Glazer is the one person in this entire business where I don't even question what he's saying.
Okay.
Listen. In my opinion, there's two. There's Jay Glazer and there's Schefter, right? Schefter. You know what I'm saying? Jay's definitely plugged in. My last thoughts on this, and then I want you guys to get your last thoughts. But my last thoughts on this is, losing breeds this, dissension among the ranks. You know what I'm saying? When you lose, everyone kind of points fingers and everyone's kind of frustrated. Everyone kind of, it's just a bad energy and bad vibe and it's bickering, and winning makes shit smell like fucking cologne. You know what I'm saying? Winning covers up everything. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that. I really hope that Wink is not gone because I really think Wink is I love the way he dials up these blitz packages, disguises these coverages. I think he's a phenomenal defensive coordinator, and I think the defense under him is gonna get better. There were a lot of people who started off slow this year. Kayvon Thibodeau, man, he started off slow. Then he's come on. You know what I'm saying? Okereke, phenomenal pickup, right? You know what I'm saying? McFadden's doing good, but I think McFadden had a jump. Almost dropped interception, but these guys are so athletic. They're all around the court. Xavier McKinney, I bring him up because you can tell he's been very vocal this year about the issues he has internally, saying that the leadership don't really listen to the players, and there's just like fracture between the coaches and the players. You know what I'm saying? So I think the losing that we've done so far and the expectations coming into the season, although not maybe as realistic as all the, because we went to the fucking playoffs last year. We beat Minnesota. We lost the Eagles. If you weren't really paying attention, if you weren't, you had expectations to maybe like the casuals had maybe expectations to surpass that. But if you really peel back the fucking hood, you knew the Giants weren't that good. They overachieved, and it's still a rebuilding year. Yet last year was an outlier. Shane and them just took over. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? They're not finished constructing this team. This is year 2. They really only had one full draft. So let's cut them a little bit of slack. They did great things up in Buffalo. I do believe in them. I hope Wink stays. I think Wink will stay. I think John Mara and the Tisch family, I think they'll settle all of that. He's still in the contract, and I think Wink will be here next year. I know that's crazy because Jay Glazer is very plugged in. That's just my thoughts. Any last thoughts, guys, on this before we move on?
My fault. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I mean, I kind of agree. I don't want Wink to leave. You know, even though the Giants are ranked 26 in opponents per game in the NFL right now, but you know they just can't put solo like all the blame on Wink because you know who's flying under the radar. Kafka. I mean, I know he got spoken about early off in the year, but they dead last in the league in points per game. And Kafka just flying under the radar.
They can't score. They're like the fucking Jets. They can't fucking score.
They only get 13.3 points per game. They're literally 32nd in the league. And I'm like, why is this whole rift just between these two guys and Kafka just flying under the radar? His job is the one supposed to be, you know, hence like, you know, Daniel Jones injured, then you lose Tyrod, now you got, you know, DeVito, you know, Tommy Cutlets, but still, you know what I mean? I just feel like Kafka's flying under the radar. That's all I got to say about the whole
absolutely. So we'll see how this plays out.
I just don't see him lose. I just don't see him leaving, man. Like I could see him leaving next year. I don't see him leaving before the season. I think that's preposterous. Number one, it just shows that the issues were way bigger than what it is, and then whoever comes in, that's worrisome. Because when somebody just leaves in the middle of a losing season, obviously shit was going really bad. And management up there, you know what I mean? Like I just know about management, but like management up there need to understand what's going on between these two men. And one leaving outside the door is either gonna look like he's throwing a bitch fit or he's looking like there's no leadership there, just like the way that the defense felt like there was no leadership there neither. So a lot of its frustration is management. And I think it's gonna reflect on these guys when they like if he leaves. I don't think it's gonna be like if he wants to be a head coach, and I think personally if he leaves on week 14, whatever of the Giants season, just dead ass just leaves. I don't know. I don't think I want that guy as my head coach. I might not even want him as my defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? If you're going to just dead up and leave, I understand you're going to go tit for tat, but you got to understand this is a team game, man. You guys going to have to work out your issues, man. There's some women who don't love their husband, but they stay together and they both don't cheat on each other. Why the hell can't two men just figure it out? You know, like
you're right. And there's only 5 games left of the season left, so why leave? You know what I mean? Just grind it out. Try to hatch it, you know, move on to next year.
Absolutely. Time will indeed tell the whole story. All right, let's transition, man. And you know, I originally said, okay, we got to talk about Tommy DeVito, Jersey Juice. But Q brought this subject into the thread, and I thought this as soon as he brought it in, I said, oh, spot on, let's do this. And he said we should talk about, you know, Tyrod Taylor supposedly is working his way back. I think he'll be able to start soon. But there's a little bit of wrench was thrown in our game. Now this guy comes out of nowhere, right? We've seen him in the preseason. He was cut, right? I think he was on the practice squad and he was cut. Then they brought him back. Jersey kid, the whole bit. Tommy DeVito, he's kind of developing into this. I don't know if he's a starting NFL quarterback, but at the very bare minimum, he's a good story so far, right? I want to play this other clip. It's from Mark Canaro of the New York Post, and he's talking about Danny DeVito. Then I want to come back. I'm going to get my 2 cents.
Danny DeVito.
No, we don't shine shoes anymore.
We don't shine shoes. This is drunk sports talk, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't shine shoes. We've been away a long time, man. Maybe you haven't heard. We don't shine shoes. What's the matter with you? I'm just breaking your balls. You don't sound like you. Sometimes you sound like you're serious.
We allowed to make mistakes out here.
Shine. That's what Daniel Jones is saying. Now go get your fucking shine box.
Oh wow!
But you know what I mean? Funny how?
Funny like a clown? Do I amuse you?
I fucking amuse you, huh? Tell me I'm funny. Tell me. All right, let's go. Let me play this clip and then we'll get it. I want to give my 2 cents and then we'll talk about Tommy DeVito. Here we go.
Tommy.
Believe that he can be an NFL quarterback.
Well, I would say this, having done several columns on him in recent weeks, Tommy DeVito believed he was an NFL quarterback before he took a snap. This is a pretty confident dude, and I'm sure we've all read about it in mine stories and all, many of my colleagues' stories. This is a pretty confident kid, not in an arrogant way, but he believes in himself, and you have to at this level. And I think what's happened in the past 2 weeks, his performance. Throwing 3 touchdown passes against Washington last week, and 1 today, and really commanding the offense. If you look at the early part of this game, the only incompletions he had were 2 or 3 drops that the Giants receivers have. I think that I want to say Hyatt had 1, or actually Wan'Dale Robinson had 1, and Sterling Shepard had 1, and I think Hyatt had 1 too. So you have 3 drops in that first half, and so Tommy's doing his job. I think it's going to be.
All right, so listen. Before you guys go, I just want to say this, man. Like, this shit came out of left field, right? Jones goes down, Danny Dimes. It should be fucking Tommy Dimes now. Daniel goes down,
Danny
goes down. The first week, who did he go down against? I can't. Was it?
I forgot, to be honest.
What do you mean?
They wouldn't let him throw the ball that week. I have a terrible.
You mean Tyrod Taylor?
Tyrod, yeah. Danny Jones goes down.
Tyrod Taylor went against the Jets, right? He went down against the Jets.
Oh no, you mean when Jones?
When Tyrod went down, they put DeVito in there. And remember, they wouldn't let him throw the ball. It was all run. Remember we were talking about it? It was all runs,
it was
right?
Against the Jets, I think.
So look, listen, Tommy DeVito.
It was against the Jets.
Yeah, it was against the Jets.
It was against the Jets. Okay,
and then Danny came back. Daniel Jones came back against the Raiders, and then they put Tommy back in.
Popped his ACL. Okay, so listen, Tommy D had a above average game last week, man. I love the whole, like I said, I love the storyline. His family's family's tailgating in the parking lot. I heard they were like 200 deep with some crazy shit, looking like the Sopranos, cigars, looking all mafioso, looking like Sil, Tony, Big Pussy, Paulie Walnuts, right? I loved it, man. Jersey kid. Decent game, went 17 for 25, 191 yards with a touchdown. Yep. I'd say this. I will say this, man. I know they paying Daniel the bag, but the ball. I know the offensive line. I know we got sacked a bunch of times, but the ball moves decent with DeVito behind center, man. I gotta give the kid his props, man. I don't know if it's Daboll and them getting their bearings under them. I know that they put him in a lot of safe situations, a lot of dink and dunks, shit to the flat, screens, check downs, a lot of safe shit, you know what I'm saying? Short yardage shit, just to kind of get him confidence to get going. But before I hand it off to you, I loved his chemistry with Jalen Hyatt. You guys know I was big on Jalen Hyatt coming into the season, man. We always say every week, what do we say? Where's Jalen Hyatt? Where's Jalen Hyatt? Nobody throws fucking Jalen Hyatt the ball. How does Danny DeVito come in his 3rd game or whatever it is? Jalen Hyatt gets over 100 yards, man. He has 6 targets for 109 yards, and I think 41 yards was the longest play, man. So that's a great sign. Now I ask you this, right? Is this some Jeremy Lin shit? You know what I mean? Like where he's just hype, and eventually he's gonna come back down to earth. Or are we watching a local kid, a 3rd round Tom Brady, out of the blue, phenomenon start to develop, man? Q, I'm gonna go with you first. Do you think Tyrod Taylor should start over Danny DeVito when he comes back, or should we continue to evaluate the Jersey Juice kid and keep DeVito in the game? Come on.
I personally don't think so. I think we stay with Tommy at this point, because if we don't know who's even going to start next year, we're gonna need to be able to tell if we're gonna have a viable second option. And we already know Tyrod is moving up there. We already seen the stats. We already seen the amount of touchdowns versus interceptions and all that. And Tommy being a rookie, I think he's been doing pretty well. Obviously there's still a lot to see from the kid, man. I'm not putting all my vegetables and fruits all in one basket, but I'm gonna tell you this.
You don't eat no vegetables. Stop capping.
I'm gonna tell you. Shut up. I'm gonna tell you this though. The only reason I feel like they still might play Tyrod is for this one reason, is because you know, and I had to do some research, and I realized, because I was wondering, Tyrod Taylor, his contract is up this year.
Even more reason not to play him, in my opinion. He's gonna walk out the door. Let's see what we got. You know, he's not gonna walk out the door.
But knowing previous teams and what they do, which is, I think we have a good GM team behind us, and they know how to make good decisions based on signings and releasings and stuff like that. And seeing what we have right now, I don't think they're gonna play him regardless, and I don't think they're gonna play Tyrod Taylor, because, like, what are we gonna see from Tyrod Taylor? We're gonna re-sign Tyrod Taylor,
and we know what Tyrod is already. We already know what Tyrod is. Tyrod's a veteran.
We already have Tommy coming back, so now we're gonna keep Tommy, Tyrod, and we're gonna have 3 quarterback contracts. Like, in my opinion, that this doesn't really make sense. You know, I feel bad. You know, Tyrod just had he really had a bad going, you know, at this whole quarterback position. But Tommy's been doing his thing. He's a young kid. Obviously these young guys, man, 2 rookies. That's what always happens, man. You know, I'm surprised. Like, I'm surprised it was Tommy. I thought it would probably be somebody else, but I knew Jalen Hyatt was a beast. You just gotta let these 2 guys, like, get some cohesiveness. And that's what we need to continue to see, because I don't believe he's going to be the next superstar. But then again, maybe the next couple of games, if he shows us some shit and he's like, damn, that homie finished the season strong as hell, man. Now at that point, the verbiage and the conversation is going to be, the Giants held him back from making him run the ball, from making him make everybody run the ball for 2.5 quarters, as opposed to why not just let him throw it a little bit, man? But we
against the Jets, you mean?
Yeah.
If we win that Jets game,
season would have been a little bit different.
If we win that Jets game, we're really in the thick of
They should have won that Jets game. They had that.
Jets game. Yeah. That game, and there's a couple other games, man. You know, as bad as they are, man, the NFC is just as bad. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some bad football being played this year. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of injuries. A lot of QBs went down. A lot of pivotal pieces went down. Players on the chessboard, running backs, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, offensive linemen. But crazy shit, you know, we're still in it. But in terms of all that shit, listen, I think we got to give the kid a shot, to say the least. Hey, what's up with you?
Yeah, man. I wasn't digging Tommy DeVito. I'm like, that's the worst thing. Like, you know, but then you start watching this kid play, and then they start letting him throw. I'm like, the kid's only played 7 games this season, right? What? He's 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He 697 yards. He's throwing to Hyatt. Like, that's what we need. That's what we're asking for. He's throwing to Hyatt. He's catching these guys, like, you know, pinpoint. He was kind of, hence, he played the Pats. The Pats are whack this year. But you're playing Belichick. Belichick is the defensive master. He'll play chess with you no matter what. You know what I mean? And I'm digging the kid. I love Tyrod. I know he's a vet. I know he's been around. You know, the guy won me a fantasy football championship a couple years back. You know what I mean? But if he's out the door, it's like you guys said, ain't no reason for him to start no more. Just let him ride out, be the vet, teach the kid how to make plays, how to go downfield, how to move around in the pocket a little bit better, et cetera, et cetera. But keep Tommy. I love him. I'm loving his story. I'm loving Tommy Cutlets, man. I'm digging it.
Come on.
Come on.
Yo, Tommy, we need Tommy DeVito to become Willie Beeman, and we need Tyrod Taylor to be Dennis Quaid, whatever his name is.
Punch. Whoa. Yeah. I'll be opportunity.
That's a great yeah.
Whoa!
That was a great analogy. My man, what? So how he froze.
Whoa. Yeah, he gets so hype. Yo, the Patriots are 8th overall in total defense. They're better against the run than they are the pass. But you brought up a great point, Ed, because as inept as the Patriots are against the pass, you gotta give, and we're gonna get into Bill Belichick, I think Friday maybe or Sunday. We have a dope episode planned that for you. But Bill Belichick is notorious for fucking up young quarterbacks' heads. You know what I'm saying? Disguising coverages, blitzing, showing you things, and then executing other things. Yes. For lack of a better term.
Yes.
You saw what he did with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, one of the most infamous lines, I'm seeing ghosts out here, right? So for DeVito to come in, and yes, he did get sacked. Evan Neal, you have to be better, bro. Joe Shane said that in the State of the Giants press conference, and I like Joe Shane. I think Joe Shane is confident. He said a lot of good things to me, in my opinion. Some was cap, some was real shit. But Belichick, back to Belichick. Belichick is notorious for fucking up quarterbacks, and I think Danny DeVito did very well. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I think he did very well. Now, do I think he should be the starter? Probably not. I'm going to allow myself some time to evaluate him for the rest of the season. But I think best case scenario is a great story, and I think the best thing that he could be is maybe not the best thing, but a worst case scenario, in my opinion, what I would like for him to develop into is like a Mike White. You know what I mean? Like a backup, but have a spot on the roster, man. You know what I'm saying? I know he wants to start in his family. They're talking shit like, we want this dude to start it. I get all that, but not sure that that's super realistic for different reasons. But it's a great story, and I'm rooting for him, man. I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
You know, to mix the Giants and Belichick all in together, this was the first Giants win versus the Pats at home since November '87. And Bill Belichick was our defensive coordinator in '87.
We got that number. We beat him in the 2 big games.
Of course, that's yeah.
I don't care what neighborhood those 2 games was in. That's where it was at, bro. I don't give a.
We run you niggas. We run you. That's why all these. And I'm not a Jet hater. Y'all know that. I'm definitely a Giants fan first, but. You know, all the Jets fans are so mad at the Patriots. You know, and they always say, "Yo, how could you like? I don't like the Patriots." But then niggas say, "How do you tolerate the Patriots?" Because we whooped on them when it counted. Like I don't give a fuck about them niggas. Not even on my radar.
Don't even bother me.
We fucking bust the goat's ass, and probably we stopped the most historic season ever in the NFL in the biggest fucking game. We didn't beat them niggas in week 15 to kill their O, to take their O. We beat them niggas in the dance. In the game of all games.
You know what I'm saying? I love that you bring that up because
we took their virginity on prom.
Facts.
Word.
Facts.
Because
shout out to my man Plaque. Shout out to my man
Eli.
Eli. Shout out to my man David Tyree. Shout out to Antonio Pierce. Shout out to Michael Strahan. You know what I mean? Jeremy Shockey. Let's go. What we talking about here, man?
Like, all them dudes.
What we talking about?
I love that y'all bring those 2 Super Bowls, especially that Super Bowl 42, because nobody gave us a shot, bro. I remember people talking so much.
I gave us a shot, but
I gave us a shot too. I was like, the way we almost won in that last week against them, if we've seen them in the Super Bowl,
that was very telling.
Yeah,
because we were getting the Brady that game. Exactly. One thing I took out of that game, and I remember that game very vividly. We were getting to Brady.
Yes.
And that front seven was
getting to Brady. If you remember, nobody was getting to Brady that whole season. Everybody was like, he's being protected more than any quarterback of all time. I forgot the stat line and everything. And I'm like, we getting to him. And then what like in the 3rd play, 4th play of the Super Bowl, what we did? Sack. And after that, it was a field day for us. I was like, we winning.
We was getting them.
Goosebumps, man. I knew he was gonna win that game, man.
Yeah, we was killing Brady. We was on that nigga neck. You know what I'm saying?
Even that rookie had a sack on him. Alfred, I'll never forget them. His rookie season.
Yeah, Alfred. He wound up going to the Redskins or whatever.
Yeah, never heard from him since. But I was like, I remember
he had a couple
game.
good years in Washington. Yeah, man. Where he went after that.
Yeah, that was a.
Once you leave the Giants or the Jets, I check in on you, but I'm so locked in on my niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hold up.
Listen, man, better days for the Giants and the Jets. We'll see them, man. Let's everybody hold on, be patient. You know what I'm saying? A-Rod will be back next year or this year, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the rumblings. Matter of fact, let's talk about. Let me. You know what?
That shit is crazy.
Let me finish my breakfast, like Jay-Z said. Right? Let me play this clip. And then we're going to talk about A-Rod possibly coming back from a fucking torn Achilles. I know a couple of other dudes did it, but it ain't some common shit. This is Evan and Tiki, probably my favorite show on WFAN. I like Evan, Tiki Barber. Semifinalists for the Hall of Fame, by the way. New York Giant running back. I know Ed got his little issues with Tiki. I fuck with Tiki. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Tiki. Giants all-time rushing leader. Good dude. But let's listen to this clip on Aaron Rodgers' possible return in 21 days or something like that. Here we go. Check this out.
Our show that we're building, it's a process. Aaron Rodgers beginning to practice with his teammates is a part of a process that ends with him playing football for the New York Jets this season, and I want to see it happen.
This season, with his less than 1% chance of making the playoffs, the New York Jets. You want to see him play this season to prove to you that he's Aaron Rodgers and that he can come back and an extraordinarily short amount of time from an Achilles injury and potentially hurt himself because the O-line is banged up?
Well, okay.
I'm not trying to buzzkill you.
You're not trying to buzzkill me, but you are.
I'm just putting a little chilly water. Not like
our.
Listen. Jets have been a nightmare this year, right? Anything that can go wrong. Murphy's Law in the Jets in Jetland. Same with Giants, but we're talking about the Jets now. Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong shall go wrong, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He goes down 4 snaps into the season, man. The hype around the Jets and myself, I was like, yo, I had my AFC picks, and I got a lot of buddies.
The air left the room when I saw that shit.
Right. I got a lot of I got a lot of buddies that are Jets fans. One of my best friends is a Jets fan, and he was, matter of fact, he was on the show. Remember, I had Jets winning the division. Right, that shit sounds so crazy right now. Jets winning the division. I had Miami number 2. I had Bills number 3. And the Pats number 4, right?
You had Jets number 1, baby.
I had Jets number 1, and I thought the Bills and Miami. I thought that's a toss-up. But Miami. I knew that offense was phenomenal. But I thought, I didn't realize the Bills was as weak as. I knew the window was closing, but I didn't realize how much it had closed. But back to the Jets. He tears his Achilles 4 snaps into the season, right? Like you said, Q, all the air had left Jet Life Stadium, right?
On 9/11 too, man.
9/11, man. That shit, like I said, Murphy's Law and Jetland. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, right? All right, so he hurts himself. He's out. We think he's out for the season, but then you got him on the sidelines with the headset on. You got him tossing a rock. Like, this is like about a month later. It feels like a month later, some shit. Dude, you remember Aaron Rodgers? Kevin Durant took him about 18 months to get right. Cam Akers came back from him. Was it Cam Akers came back?
5. He came back like in 5.
But hurt himself again. You know what I'm saying?
5.5 months. Yeah.
Aaron, right? I get it, but it's not a normal thing. Now I know there's all these new medical technology, and everything is different. But if he pulls this off, to me, it's amazing. Now they took him off injured reserve. I think he gets to start like practicing a little bit, like light practicing with the team a little bit in 21 days. My question to you, Q, I'm gonna start with you. Do you think Aaron Rodgers should come back, or should they hold him back? Make sure he's 100%. They're 100% sure that he's 100% right, and start the next season off and try to rectify this bullshit that happened? Or should we look at Aaron Rodgers and say, you know what, I want a glimpse of this dude. I want to see what he's doing. Might give the Jets some morale. What's your thoughts?
Yo, that shit. It'll be I don't want to disrespect nobody, man, but that shit made that
disrespect
shit
away, nigga. Let's take a shot.
Yo, bro, that shit made I'm gonna take a shot before. I'm gonna take a shot before.
That nigga got some big fucking nuts, nigga. Hold up. Hey, yo. Ain't no pause on that. That nigga got some big balls. I ain't say I'm fucking with them shit. Big, you know what I'm saying? Take a shot for A-Rod. You know what I mean? That nigga got cojones. Huevos.
Yo, that shit makes no fucking sense to me, bro. Like, what do you want to see? And what I feel bad for, yo, I'm Giants to the core. Y'all see me, right? But I'm New York to the fullest, son. Straight down to my heart. Yo, why are the Jets over? Yo, why are the Jets giving these niggas the false hope, son? It's like a Star Wars movie where they're like, yo, you had the fucking last hope. This is false hope. Like, who wants to see one of the greatest quarterback play maybe 2, maybe 3 games behind one of the worst offensive lines in the league right now, just for 2-3 games, just to see what he can do? We know what he can do. Why are you gonna injure a 40-year-old man?
Do we though?
Like we know what Aaron Rodgers.
We know what he's done.
No. We know what he's done. We know he's capable of. We don't know what he can do, but 3 games is not going to justify it. These guys have been losing all year. You think all of a sudden the offensive line is just going to snap and be like, "Oh shit, this is what we got to do. We got to block the guys in front of us." No. That's just not gonna happen.
Offensive line is terrible. I think I read the other day 8 different fucking offensive lines or some shit like that this year.
I think it was 17 substitutions throughout the whole year. It was like it's Yo,
11 games.
We don't even need to
games.
go into the stats to know this shit is bad.
We don't gotta do.
All right?
We're not really. We're past the stats now. We were giving you stats out the ass this year, but it ain't about that no more.
It ain't worth it.
Don't
nobody give a fuck about how many pressure they give up. Niggas getting beat up.
Because regardless of the fact, like what's gonna happen, he's guaranteed anyway. So what, he's gonna come back, possibly get injured, and then what? Now we gotta wait for him to heal all over again. But if he comes back, gets injured again, that's injury. It's over.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like, I don't want to put age as a factor, but homie's a 40-year-old who never injured that muscle in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna come back 2 months sooner. That ligament. And he's gonna come back 2 months sooner than the 22-year-old. That's Cam Akers, in which Cam Akers came back and did it all over again. That's why, if you're smart, like Kevin Durant, even though there's much more running in basketball, Kevin Durant took fucking 18 months, because you could Google this shit and it's not rocket science. I think just an Achilles, a bad one, they say you're possibly able 4 to 6 months. But that's not considering pro athletes, where you need your fucking Achilles every play. You're throwing off your right. That's his throwing leg. That's his running leg to get all his body weight off of him and run, because he's gonna be running for his life. We've seen him do it in Green Bay. You don't think he's gonna run for his life on the Jets for the last 3 weeks? They need to organize that shit. It doesn't make no sense. And if they do it, then we really know how bad the organization is. All the way from the owners to the GM to everybody who's making it allow him do whatever he wants, then we really know who's calling the shots out there, because we know that's why Alan Lazard is there. That's why we know fucking Hackett is still there, even though Hackett can't call a play for his damn fucking life. You know, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And that's what Tim Boyle. And it doesn't make any sense to me. And I get upset. I'm not even a Jet fan, but if I was a Jet fan, I'm a Jet fan.
I'm a Jet fan.
Yeah, but I am. But I ain't a ride or die like a Giant fan. But if I was like a ride or die, like fucking man, I would be. If I wore green every Sunday, I would show up to niggas' houses, be like, if they allow this dude to play, bro, because this is false hope versus last hope. And if you really want to make it to the Super Bowl, you better hope this dude, you better hope he's healthy next year. Because if he's not, then what are you going to do? Start rebuilding all over again?
Shit. Like, the quarterback room is in shambles right now, man. I mean, it doesn't make sense for him to come back, because they're 4-7 right now. They're 15th in the AFC. So they got to leapfrog how many teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, that's all right. We're not doing that. We're not doing the playoffs.
They got to leapfrog over 8 teams with 6. They got 6 games left against Atlanta, Texans, Dolphins.
Their funeral was last week against Miami.
You know what I mean?
The wake was against Buffalo. The funeral was against Miami last week.
Exactly. So you know what I mean? People be like, "Oh, they play the Texans. They got an easy schedule. Texans, Atlanta." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." But they got a leapfrog over 8 teams. It's over. It's not worth it. Finish the season with Boyle. It is what it is. It's like you were just saying. Ain't no. It doesn't make no sense for a 40-year-old to come back after 3 months. You know what I mean? Magical miracle to get on the field, to hurt him fucking self again and probably end his fucking career for good. You know what I mean? Doesn't make no fucking sense. Just keep it as it is. You ain't gonna go no fucking where. I love the Jets, but they ain't gonna go no fucking where. It is what the fuck it is. Sit your ass home and wait until next year. That's all I gotta say. Like, they've just been horrible. Like, they started off good, that kickoff return for the fucking win, and a game here, game there, but they haven't done shit since. I mean, they just scored their first touchdown last weekend, and in 4 games, their first touchdown was like last weekend. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Nah,
speaking of the Miami game, man, that was, like we said, that was a nail in the coffin. I watched that game very closely.
Miami don't look like Miami looking like a team not really gonna fuck with right now.
I don't know about that.
They're still suspect.
I got to see them against some gangsters in the cold weather. I'll leave. We'll go into that another time, because once the Jets and the Giants, now we're gonna start talking some around the league shit. But let's keep it on the Jets right now. Things I took away from that Miami game, man. DJ Reed lining up with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek was in the slot. Fade route, gets burned for 36 fucking yards. Listen, DJ Reed is a good corner, but Tyreek is for my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Miami stretches you out vertically, horizontally, a lot of pre-snap movement. Tyreek is a matchup nightmare for fucking anybody, man. They had
don't forget Waddle. Waddle had 114 yards that game. He had more yards.
Yeah, Waddle had 114 yards. What jumped off the page to me though too was 105 left in the half. Brandon Echols jumps the route, right man for the receiver, right. Pick six, runs to the house. Everybody's hype. Oh shit! Giants get the pick six. Another scoop and score. Another pick six. Right. Pick six and all that. Right. Brandon Echols the week before was involved in that trick play. You remember that shit with the special teams with the fake punt. Nigga hits nigga for 18 yards. Whatever. Right. But then 30 seconds left. What happens? Fish. No, hold up. The Fish. They're on their own 40. Two of those are picked to DJ Reed. That was 2 picks in 65 seconds, right? You're like, oh, this defense is lit, right? You know what I'm saying? This defense has come to play. And they do come to play. That's not even cap. You know, them niggas get busy. You know what I'm saying? But then with 3 seconds left, my nigga.
2 seconds. Two seconds.
They throw listen, and we got to talk about this.
2 fucking seconds. They throw a fucking Hail Mary.
Boyle throws a Hail Mary. It gets intercepted. And safety Javon Holland turned that shit into a 99-yard pick fucking six. They're comparing that shit to the butt fumble.
Wow.
That's how bad that fucking play was. You know
wow.
They were on the radio, but they were trying to find out a name. Hail Mary full of disgrace. They was coming up with all types of shit.
Hail Mary full of disgrace.
They're trying to compare it to the Music Miracle. The Miracle in what was it? What was it called that play? It was Buffalo and Tennessee, right? It was Buffalo and Tennessee. The Music Miracle.
Al Michael said this is unbelievable. If anything embodies a Jets season, it's this shit right here.
Yep.
I mean, they just can't score, man. Garrett Wilson scores a garbage TD late in the fourth.
I mean, Raheem, what's his last name? Raheem
Mostert.
Yeah, 33-yard TD. Yeah,
like, come on, dude. He had 2 touchdowns. Like, they couldn't stop him. I mean, the Jets defense is lit, but they just gave up, bro.
They're beat up, man. It's like the Giants defense, man. They're in the meetings and they're looking at the O-line. You don't want to shit on your teammates, but it's actually the same shit that's going on in Jets lane is going on in Giants lane, man. The defense is, doing their fucking job, but the offense can't punch that shit in the red zone, man.
Bro. They only allowed the Jets to 47 yards in the first half to their 214, bro.
Yo, it was over, man. It was over. But like I said, as far as Miami's concerned, they got that division. It's a wrap for that division. Yeah. But they're gonna get that bye in the first round. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about they beat up on a lot of bottom feeders this year.
Yeah, that's true. What I'm saying? That's one thing everybody talking about Miami's schedule. Like, they haven't really nobody. They had a fairly
their defense has gotten a little bit better. Ramsey's back. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of anchoring and stabilizing that shit a little bit, but we'll see what after Jets. Listen, I want to double back before we get to the Knicks. We got to talk a little B-ball, round ball before we get the fuck up out of here. But I want to double back to the Giants because we forgot to mention that it's possible for the Giants to make the playoffs.
Man, don't give me
listen.
I don't want no false hope, bro.
Listen, Linda.
I was hoping you were going to forget this topic.
No. We got to talk about this. Listen, I want to pull up. Yeah, you got the? Can you?
I got it right here.
The playoff picture.
They're 4-8 right now, and they're sitting in 12th place in the NFC East. So if they want to make the playoffs, they got to leapfrog over Tampa Bay, New Orleans, the Chargers, and Green Bay. Green Bay right now is in the 8th place, and they're 5-6, as well as the Rams, as well as New Orleans, and Tampa Bay, which is ahead of us, is 4-7.
Okay. All right. So look, I'm trying to see.
They do have an easier. They do have an easier path, but
what we gonna do? Like yo, like what we gonna do? So so even if we a wild card and we get past the wild card, we in last place, man. Like, you really want to watch a playoff game versus the Eagles?
No. I'm not saying I want that. I'm not saying I want that. Hold on.
With Tommy DeVito,
listen. Okay, let's reel it in. First of all, I'm not saying I necessarily want that, right? But we already the Giants started winning games after they blew the fucking season. Let's be honest. That shit doesn't make any sense, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? We had the draft, a high draft pick in sight, and then we start winning fucking games. Shit doesn't make any fucking sense.
I never see the team do 2 wrongs
winning games after the season's done, right? But at the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, yes, I want to see the niggas make the playoffs. They're not gonna get the number one pick. They're gonna have some decent picks. Joe Shane and them niggas are gonna figure it out. We already started winning games. We already started stabilizing. As inept as the offense is, we started stabilizing and restoring credibility in Giants land with Daboll. Because Daboll's ass is on the line. Wink, Daboll, Kafka, the fucking Waterball, all of them. You know, let's be honest. The ball boys, they might not have got fired, but they were being looked at sideways. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Now they kind of righting the ship. They kind of get everything together. Now let's go. Let's double back to that shit. You said the Giants are in what?
12 with 5 games left.
4-8. We got Tampa Bay ahead of us, right? We're in a bye week this week, so we're gonna let street justice happen. We're gonna let the fucking animals beat up on the animals, right?
We got to worry about
who does Tampa Bay play?
I got you right now. Tampa Bay this week, they play the Panthers. So that's a W for them.
That's probably a dub. All right. So
New Orleans, who New Orleans play? New Orleans, they play the Lions.
Yo, the Lions. Lions are gonna beat them.
Yes.
Who do the Rams play?
That's a good game, but like the Lions should the Lions should win. But like that's still a good game. The Lions.
Listen, let me ask you this: if you put money down, you put money down. Who you betting on?
The Lions.
Yeah, but I've stopped betting this year because but like the Lions lost
to Green Bay. So what? They're gonna beat.
But you know they're gonna come
back.
They're not gonna win 2 games in a row.
They're like the fucking Vikings lose to the Bears. Come on, who could predict this?
The Lions ain't no good.
Who could predict this?
I mean, all right.
The Lions are good, and the Vikings are no good, and lose to the Bears, who are like probably like the third worst.
Yeah, but I don't see them losing 2 in a row. They just lost to fucking Green Bay. I don't.
They barely. They won. They almost came back and won that game.
Yeah,
they're good this year.
Who does Green Bay play?
All right. Well, hold on. You asked the Rams.
No, the Rams. Sorry, the Rams. Who do the Rams play?
The Rams play the Browns.
That's a toss-up. That's a 50-50 to me.
And Green Bay plays. Oh, the Green Bay play the Chiefs. So boom.
Barbecue chicken, right? So look, Tampa Bay probably. Hold on. Tampa Bay probably was going to win, but look at that. New Orleans, the Rams, and Green Bay could possibly lose, right? That'll put them right together.
11-10,
right? And who does Minnesota play?
Minnesota Mini plays this week. Who does Mini play this week? The Raiders. No, they on a bye. They're on a bye, and they play the Raiders in the next game.
Listen, we win another division game.
I mean, I'll be honest. We only got 5 games left, and 2 of them are division games, and they're both against the Eagles.
The Eagles and who? Eagles and the Cowboys.
Eagles and Eagles.
They're both Eagles.
They're both Eagles.
We didn't play the Eagles this year, right?
Nope. We played all. We already finished.
It's not out of the realm. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Right. Anything can happen. Is it likely? Do I want it to happen? Not necessarily, but listen, we're not getting.
Giants play Eagles.
I've been digging in the crates. Drake May. I'm not like I've been looking at a lot of his shit because I said, you know what? Let me know what the fuck I'm talking about when I get on this podcast. Because we talking about Drake May and Penix and Caleb Williams and all this goofy shit. Yo, I don't really like Williams. I know he's supposed to be the number 1 pick. I'm not necessarily sold on the dude. I'll be honest with you, man. He's a little undersized. Penix, Drake May, these dudes, I don't like. Do we fuck the rest of the season up to get potentially a guy that might be a bust? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, win some fucking games. They'll figure it out. Even if we get somebody low in the first round or even the second round, we need an offensive lineman. Let's be honest. Before we do anything, we need an offensive lineman, man. Before we get any fucking quarterback, we need to secure that lineup. You know what I'm saying?
True that. But like to continue the whole playoff, the possibly going to the playoffs, we play the Eagles twice. Those are the games I feel like that's an automatic L. I'm sorry. Maybe the last week, maybe
Eagles
got nothing to play for.
They rest their players.
Yeah, they'll probably rest their players. So we can.
Then again, did they do it dirty like 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? They could have let us in with Joe Judge.
Exactly, and they fucked us over.
Yeah.
But then we play 3 games against teams that we have to leapfrog over: the Packers, the Saints, and the Rams. So those are 3 games. Those are the 3 crucial games. And right now, I'm reading that we win the tiebreaker over Chicago based on the best win percentage in the conference games. Division tiebreaker was initially used to eliminate Washington, so we eliminated Washington and we win tiebreaker over Washington based on head-to-head win percentage. So
a lot's got to happen.
Yeah, a lot got to happen for us to get there. But
it's interesting.
much,
it's interesting. It's interesting.
I
want to watch football on Sunday with some type of fucking shit on the line.
Me too. I just feel like this shit
games in fucking December, bro.
I'm gonna be
get
watching.
that?
Yo, don't the Giants play the Eagles on Christmas Eve?
They play the Eagles on Christmas. Oh my God! On
Christmas Eve, right?
No.
Yeah, December 24th.
No.
Monday.
Open
the fucking window.
That's a Monday. That's a Monday night game.
That's a Monday afternoon.
They got a Christmas Eve game.
A Christmas?
They got a Christmas.
Deep Christmas. He said Christmas.
They got a Monday at 4:30 on Christmas. I'm talking about Santa better deliver for us.
Let's take a shot for all our real Giants fans. Hold on,
my man.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, CP, stop taking shots on your show. You can't do what we do. All right.
We love you, CP, but
this is a shot for all the real Giants fans. Still got that giant blue on, Yankee blue, all that good shit.
Salute. I'm bringing out my Scullies. I got a bunch of these shits.
We're shaving beards in Philly on Christmas Eve. Let's get it.
That's what I'm talking about. Freeways first. Salute.
Nah, I throw my Philly niggas. I ain't fucking around. I got a lot of niggas in
Philly.
Nah,
yo.
I love my Philly niggas.
I just want to let you know, man. Like, I really want the Giants to make it as far as possible. It's just, this is some really Cinderella shit. If they even get into the playoffs, like, bro, and Cash is the only person who knows. Yo, bro, like, I'm a diehard. So, like, when I mean diehard, bro, like. The Giants done fucked up enough of because like it's not just one day I'm angry or Sunday I'm angry, bro. I'm a little disgruntled from like Monday until like Wednesday, Thursday. The only time I feel a little bit better is when I come like Wednesday to show to do with y'all. So like, if we're gonna play ball like the way we shown we can play ball, then boom. I'm talking out of box and out of character. We can beat a lot of teams. We can definitely beat the fucking Packers, the Rams, and the
Tito send a check.
Hennessy send a check or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we can definitely do that, and we better split the fucking Eagles, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of Eagles fucking having our number, bro.
You know what I'm tired of? You know what I'm tired of?
We haven't beat the Eagles and the Cowboys, I feel like, since I was 7 years old.
You know what I'm tired of? I mean, all due respect to Philadelphia, the real Philadelphia Eagle fans, out there in Philly. But what I can't stand is the New York Philadelphia fans. Get the fuck up out of here. You want to fucking root for Philly?
Nah, I don't root for Philly. You taking a shot, nigga? You throwing a sub at me, nigga? You want to battle, nigga? Yo, I got bought. Let me get my notebook.
Nah. He's saying real niggas. You know what I mean? Look, trust me.
I love Philly. Like,
yeah, but there's Cowboy niggas too, man. There's Cowboy. I understand the Cowboys a little bit more because like that shit stems from like there was a lot of Cowboys fans in like the 70s in New York.
Shit don't make no sense.
It don't make sense, but it's like tradition. You pass shit on tradition. You know what I'm
saying? But like I don't know, bro. Like the niggas that don't understand.
The Giants were really bad in the 70s, bro. So
but that's fine. But the Jets weren't. So how the fuck them niggas ain't like? This should be either Jets or Giants fans in that whole time.
I don't know. I had the choice. My pops was
because they were dick.
I had the choice. I just was drawn to the Giants because. When I started watching football and baseball in '86, the Mets won, and in '86, the Giants won. So I became a Mets fan. I was 11. I became a Mets fan and a Giants fan.
What a time to be alive, baby!
Right? You know what I'm saying? And then in '90 they won again. I doubled down. I'm like, and then once you got a couple years, you're fully vested.
True.
It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Like, my dad wasn't into sports, but when I asked him like, who you root for if you ever were like to get into sports like that, he'd be like, New York City, papi. New York City. We live in New York City. Why are you gonna root for anybody else but New York? You think they rooting for us in other cities like that only if we move out there? Like when you see like different games and you see a lot of New York fans, it's because those are New Yorkers that moved to those states.
New York stand up.
You know what I mean?
You already know. New York stand up. Please. Brooklyn.
You're right. Yo, the only I was waiting for my
I was on Flatbush Ave on Saturday. Oh my Flatbush monster. Lick a shot. My yard man them. Lick a shot. Let's go. I'm lit. Let's go.
Yeah, I was waiting for my dad to tell me his favorite team. The nigga walked out the room and I never saw him again, son.
Oh
yeah. Mine too.
Damn, dog.
Pop left mom Dukes. The faggot took the back door. Back way. That's the biggest shit, right?
Yo.
But let's do it, man. It's gonna be some good shit, man. But like, at least we got something to watch.
We actually drunk again on Drunk Sports Talk. This is how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be, bro.
But that's one thing I hate. We got to do an episode on that. Like New Yorkers that want to rep other teams. Like, why? I mean, I get it. Like, some people can't handle taking L's and L's and L's after so many years. But why would you rep another fucking city, another town, when we the greatest city in the world, bro?
Greatest city in the world. Greatest city in the world.
I even got the women on. I even got the women on.
I love it.
Yo, they don't call MSG the Mecca of basketball for no reason. And we don't even win that many championships. That's crazy.
Yo, perfect transition. Let's talk about my niggas. You heard? Now listen. I had a whole thing. I had a whole spiel plan, but I'm lit, and that's like Mike Tyson. Once you get punched in your face, the plan goes out the fucking window. But I will say this, right? Knicks, nice win against Charlotte. Charlotte is trash. Let's be honest. So let's not get too gassed. Cypher don't get gassed.
Without LaMelo too. Without LaMelo.
Cypher don't get gassed. But check this out: the Knicks advance in the in-season tournament to the knockout stage with a win over the Hornets. Julius Randle playing big man basketball. Listen,
quick shout out to Julius. Happy birthday to Julius. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday, God. Real talk. But listen, we've been hard on Julius. We've showed Julius a lot of love. We're fair, like we've talked about this before. When he gets busy, we're fair. When he has a bad game, we criticize. This is the nature of the business, right? But 25-20, big fucking game. Josh Hart did his thing off the bench.
Yes.
We've been beating up the Hornets all year. We're not worried about the motherfucking Hornets. But the in-season tournament started off with 30 teams. Now we are down to 8. We have advanced to the knockout round. We are going to go to Milwaukee and dust off them goofy ass Bucks. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And get my niggas 500 racks for all my niggas at the end of the bench who ain't getting that super big bag. Let them niggas get a half a M. Let them niggas live. And one thing I will say about this, I'm not really super excited about the in-season tournament, man. To me it's like fugazi to me. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. It's really there to have the NBA have some meaningful games.
It's all entertainment.
Right? It's all entertainment. Yo, but it's there to have the NBA have some meaningful games in a long season that sometimes players get distracted. Then you have the load management. They put a lot of things in this year to kind of negate the load management with certain incentives and all that shit, and not being able to win the MVP if you have without a certain amount of games and everything. But the load management, the in-season tournament is ambiguous. It's point differentials. It's this bracket. It's this. It's like I gotta think too hard, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Knicks. I do hope we win. In-season tournament banner means nothing to me. Ed, talk about that tournament real quick. What's your opinion on it? And do you think the Knicks beat the Bucks to advance?
I really don't care for it. I didn't care for it from the beginning. You know what I mean? I feel like it's pointless. I mean, I do appreciate the whole incentive thing that, the extra bonus money that the guys that are making the big bucks, they want to win it, for the guys that are on right in the bench at the end of the bench and for the assistant coaches, et cetera, et cetera. I respect that. But, I'm old school. I don't like that running up the score. Let's run up the score because you have to get a point then for Redshaw and none of that. I feel like this is a whole big distraction, in my opinion, for me.
Remember what happened to Isaiah Thomas and them when they tried to run up the score on what was the George Carl? Remember them niggas sent the goons in?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? With the beats on niggas. Yeah.
And don't even go too far back. Remember when Mark Jackson was coaching Golden State? And then the Rockets was trying to run up. He said, "Yo, foul them every play." And that's exactly what they did. That's old school. You ain't gonna run up on me. You ain't gonna run up on me. Like that's the mentality I got. I know you guys probably display the same kind of mentality. That's pointless. That's like a disrespectful slap to the face to the game. So that's why I don't like it. The only thing I'm liking is the whole incentive thing. But I ain't gonna lie, if the Knicks do wind up winning the motherfucker, I'm gonna be like, shit, I'll take that. You know
I'm biased. I'm so biased.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, anybody else, I'll fuck on yeah. But if the Knicks win, I'll be like, we won the first in-season tournament trophy. But besides that, I don't really care for it. You know what I mean? I got like the whole statistical thing right in front of me and everything, but It's just a whole bunch of gibberish.
You
to me,
said
to be honest.
testicle?
My bad. It's the Hennessy. The Hennessy got me.
Testicle.
The Hennessy got me.
I'm falling in. I can't come back.
Yo, it got me talking like Daffy Duck for a fucking dash.
Maybe it's the words from my man Killer Black that I can't say, so it's left the untold fact. What song is that? Until my death, my goal is to stay alive.
Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. You know
what
I mean?
New York niggas know that. No
yo,
doubt.
it just doesn't. It doesn't. Yo, I'm just trying to think about like what they're doing, and what I did today. I actually looked at the schedule because I was trying to think, how are these guys going to be playing each other if they're playing a tournament with inside of a season, right? And my biggest takeaway, I didn't really like mind it, but what I don't like is the fact that they're moving around the schedule too much. Because now certain teams are going to have to play certain teams much sooner than they have to, because now we're both winners. So now I gotta adjudicate this. I gotta move this here. I gotta put now. You guys have to play this week because now we have this little time thing. Because the Knicks play tomorrow. Then they play Friday. Then they don't play again for 3 days. And then after that, they don't play again. After the Bucks, they don't play again for like 5 days. It's it's crazy. And that's not how the season was meant for. But like that's what we know right now. But like let's see what their schedule is going to look like again. It's almost like I almost feel like they're trying to overwork these guys at one point now. Like that now these guys are playing too much ball, too hard of a time at a point where they probably don't really need
back-to-backs this year.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
A lot of jet lag and all that.
It's good. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's mandatory for them to play at least 65 games for them to be MVP.
I love that.
So now I have to be MVP playing 65 games. I also have to be the illest dude on the court for the in-season games because if I lose, I lose or whatever. But I also have to be there some of these nights too because back-to-back games or 2 games here. Like when do you ever see it? Like a team take a 4-day rest, 5-day rest, back to back,
right?
And I see what they're doing. I don't like it, but like they'll try it out. But like I don't know, it's just weird. I'm pretty sure they're leaving the schedule open, but like I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me. And it, to be honest, it's pointless society. The incentive for that. Just make the organization just pay those dudes, man.
Yeah,
like
right.
What is it? A couple million? Like just release or make the bench shorter. Why do the Knicks have like 7 dudes, 12 dudes, like 7, 8 dudes sitting on the bench at all times until we have a blowout, and then we bring out like 4 or 5. Like,
true that. I was listening to some gentleman on a show. I think it was on CP, the franchise show. Shout out to CP. He was saying that even though he appreciates, like we all saying right now, the whole incentive part when it comes to the money to give it to the guys riding the bench and assistant coaches, but there should be like a different type of incentive, like maybe a guaranteed playoff spot. Whoever wins this, like imagine a low-seeded team wins this, should be a guaranteed playoff spot or a guaranteed like first-round pick or guaranteed like just something higher, so players could be like, okay, I'm really gonna win this. It's not just money based. You know what I mean? Like
you fucking reach it.
I'm just feeding off of what the guy opinionated, and I liked his aspect of where he was coming from with it. Like higher stakes, so maybe teams could we could see like some of these teams play like A1 ball because you can see a lot of these guys weren't in it in a lot of these games. Like there's a lot of good teams out there that just weren't in it, and you know what I mean. So and talking about the dates, I'm looking at the dates now. It is like all over the place because the dates are December 4th and 5th and the 7th and the 9th. So now all these teams, like you said, they got to recalibrate their schedule to fit it to play in Vegas. There's one big game in Vegas. Like it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
That makes sense. But that is a good idea though. Like I like the lottery pick thing, but I feel like whoever wins it should get a higher percent, like more pick, like more little tickets in the raffle. You know, like in my opinion, to get a higher draft pick. Like and then that'll make that, to be honest, that'll probably stop maybe the tanking because now even if you tank the whole season, the team that won the in-season tournament, it can probably even share the same percentage as the worst team in the NBA. So it's either going to be like make the worst team better or the best team don't play, or just lost because they weren't really that good. I don't know. It's just
true that. I'm gonna be a little biased. I know it's just about to be quarterfinal play, but I'm already picking my finals. It's gonna be Lakers and Knicks. in season, yeah. Not the championship.
Yo, wake me up when that shit is over and we got a real fucking championship.
All right, December 9th. December 9th. After December 9th, I got you.
When that shit
let me say
means
that we hang a banner in the garden, right? The Mecca, right? We said it's the Mecca of basketball, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Are you going to be excited to get an in-season tournament fucking banner? Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. I don't need a championship, nigga.
Hell yeah.
I do, but you know what? But I'm still going to root for my niggas, and we're going to watch them Buck niggas up. Fuck that.
I like that.
You know what I mean? We're going to watch them niggas up. We play the Bucks well. We play the Celtics well. You know what I'm saying? I like where we at, man. I like, you know, I think the record is mediocre at this point, right? But I think we haven't hit on all cylinders yet, and I think we will get there. And I think I like the direction we're going in, man. Like for the first time in a long time, I'm very impatient because I don't see a lot of progress and a lot of evolution. Yeah. But now I'm like, okay, I do see the plan, and I'm okay. You know, I can okay. Let's stay the course, and I'll come along for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I like where we're going, man. So I'm gonna be patient, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, within the next 2 years, we better be in the conference finals. Within the next year, by next year, I think we should be in the conference finals.
I agree. I mean, this year has been pretty.
I think we could do it this year, man. And two of the key factors that's going to change that is we need to make our free throws, and we need to keep shooting at a high level of 3-point rate. That's very simple. Like, and that's what I took away from RJ Barrett. He didn't miss a free throw. That dude can't shoot free throws for shit. And he actually made them all. Like that's what we need. And so somebody even said something. They said even the Knicks in totality were shooting, I think, 27th from free throw range. Like if we would have made just a portion of those free throws, we win 2 more of those games. Like we can't lose games like that because of missed free throws. Like that. That's just that's like that. That's in correlation to like football of losing games because you missed one field goal. You know, like you just can't have that. You know, and then that's something that can easily be corrected if you work hard and work through it.
You're right. I mean, in the standings right now, I feel like we're in a good spot right now because we said in the beginning of the year that we could see the Knicks in the 4-5 spot. You know, even though it's still a young season, we're in the 5th. We 5th in the East. You know, the month of November in the last 13 games, we 8-5. You know, we 10-7. The whole as a whole, we 10-7. We 7-3 in the last 10. 5-3 at home, 5-4 away. So it's not that bad, you know. Even though we want expectations to be higher, but it's not that bad. I know we get at Randall a lot, but Randall's been a double machine. You know what I mean? His last 10, he's averaging 20.
Men lie, women lie, what?
And numbers don't. You know what I mean? And his last 10, he's averaging 23, 10, and 5. You know, his shooting percentage is at 45.8 the last game. His 3-pointer is horrible. His 3-pointer is horrible, 29.6. But he's a plus 62 in the last 10 games. You know, he started horrible, but he's a plus.
He started horrible.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, and I'll be the first to say I shitted on him. I want to say like second or third game we covered the Knicks.
Oh, we was done. We was like trade him.
We was done, but he's rebounded. And I think I got stuck for a second. His ankle. I think it was his ankle. He was still recovering. He was still a little rusty. Timing was off, and he's working. I don't even think Julius is peaked yet. But let's not jump out the window. Julius isn't Giannis or Anthony Edwards or but he's a fucking all-star, all NBA player.
I mean, come on, 23, 10, and 5, 23. Who's doing 23, 10, and 5 right now?
23, 10, and 5 is back. It's all out shit, nigga.
You know what I mean? Like, I know he does a lot of ISO, a lot of dribble, and he shoots terribly from the 3. But who's really putting up 23, 10, and 5 right now? Like, you know,
that's the kind of
it's great.
If he was in the D'Antoni system, he'd look different. If he was in Eric Spoelstra's system, he looked different. If he was in the M.A. Udoka system, he looked different. That's kind of like Tibbs' system. And we talked about the Knicks going back to old school ball, ground and pound, a hard-nosed defense, rebounding, bully ball. That's kind of like the signature Knicks shit. Like the Giant shit is signature defense. You know what I'm saying? Hard-nosed grind, rush the fucking passer. Defense, you know what I'm saying?
And run game. Yeah, that's how it is. Run game and defense.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's like our signature shit. That's New York, and that's you know what? It's reflective of how New Yorkers get down, right? Because
Mhm.
we grind,
Mhm.
right? And we go through struggles,
Mhm.
but we win.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
New York. It's how New York is completely.
Yeah, man. So you know,
I mean,
I feel like we give them a lot of flack. A lot of us as fans give them a lot of flack, but they headed in the right direction. And you know, they one thing I saw that they doing great on is you know, turning great defense into offense. It's an instant offense. And I was seeing that the last 2-3 games. They will play great defense and boom, like go right down to the other side of the court and boom, and score. And I love that. You know, one thing I noticed too, Mitch is a monster this year. As much as we said, it's like Cash said, yo, I'll take him to the airport myself with his bags, get the hell out of it. But Mitch has been a great, he's blocking this monster again this year. He had 6 blocks, a season high 6 blocks last
year. Did I say that about Mitch? I never said that about him.
Yo, don't make me pull the tape. That's
you definitely said that, son.
Yeah, that's I'll never forget that. Yo.
I said that about everybody. This is how I am, man. Like, course, man. I'm in a like I never even I can get logical and I can, you know, but at the end of the day, like I'm so emotional about these niggas. I fuck with these niggas. I want this is my favorite sport. Like Q say football is favorite sport. Basketball is my favorite sport, bro. Basketball and then boxing and football like tied for second. You know what I'm saying? But I love the Knicks, bro.
Yeah,
like
man.
I fucking love the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Knicks don't always let me back, but you know what I mean?
True that, man. At least you got to see some good Knicks teams. I saw horrible Knicks teams.
We're not done. We're not done seeing good Knicks teams.
We're not done. We're not done. It's gonna be more to come. More to come.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm Leon Rose, World Wide West. Salute.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. You know, one thing I do want to give shout outs to, I want to give a quick shout out, even though he didn't have a oh my god offensive performance, but he did get kind of out of his shooting slump, was Grimes. Grimes was struggling. Grimes was a negative 46 point differential in the past 3 games before the game against the Hornets. You know, he had 6 points. He went 2 for 4, 2 for 3 from 3. So, you know, in 19 minutes. So you could see, but he was on a bad cold streak, bro. I was like, damn.
100%.
Like, you know, put that man on the bench. I know Q disagreed when we spoke about this, but I was like, yo, about just sitting Grimes maybe and started DiVincenzo only for offensive.
I kind of agree. And I say that because, and we're gonna get out of here right after this. But last point. I agree with you, Ed, because the small sample size we have seen, he seems to have no problem shooting a rock when he's with Julius and Brunson and
he's more consistent. I feel when he's playing with those guys.
Grimes look like he defers a little bit. He, you know, I think maybe on the second unit he don't defer as much with Quick.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ooh,
shout out to Quick. Balling this year.
Shout out to Quick. I hate to see Quick's going to be out of here, but I hate to see that. Let's get rid of Quick. Let's get rid of Quick before Quick walks out that door. So let's see if we can give a Quick. Like I think at the trade deadline, Quick is gone, bro. I really believe that.
As much
as we'll do a sign and trade at the end of the season, but like you can't let Quick walk out the door. He's too good.
Yeah, man, he's playing. He's
a little floater. You know what I mean?
And then he's hot from 3-pointer this year. That man,
he's shooting like what 50% almost, right?
He's shooting from 3. He's shooting 46.6, 40.6 from 3.
What is Brunson shooting from 3?
Brunson right now, I got you right now. Brunson
shooting like 40. I think he's like shooting even 40, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Brunson is shooting 51.4 from 3. 50,
that's crazy.
51.4.
Like, yo, can we all say Brunson's a superstar? Can we?
You know what I mean? And he's shooting 51 overall from field goal range. Yeah. He's averaging 25.5 in the last 10 games. Like, come on.
Can the world? Because we in New York, we know something that y'all don't know. If you're watching this outside of New York, because we have in New York over here, we wear that shit on our sleeve like a badge of fucking honor. But can we all agree the world? Brunson is an all-star, and Brunson, should make the all-star game, and Brunson is now a superstar. Yes or no?
Bonafide.
Game over.
Bonafide.
Yo, prove me wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. Prove me wrong out there. Leave a comment in the comment section. Prove me wrong.
Let's go.
Word up.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But yo,
you want to take us out?
I think I need to sober up.
All right, so
I'm gonna sober down.
Yeah, man, I can't sober up or sober down. I gotta take my ass to work. So overnight life.
I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to work with you. Fuck it.
We out, son. We out. You're gonna watch me
Yeah.
sleep because I'm gonna knock out.
Whoa! Delete that. We don't want the niggas to hear that shit. Nah. All right, so Ed, take us out of here.
Yes, sir. This is for my brothers. I love y'all. To another great episode of Drunk Sports Talk. You know what I mean? Even though I know the last couple of times we've been away for a week. Well, y'all,
we had Drunk Sports Combat.
Y'all had Drunk Sports. Well, myself, I've been a week. I had a rough week. Personal.
We held it down though.
But like always, they're gonna hold it down. You know what I mean? With that being said, everybody's showing us love. Continue. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the hottest sports podcast out in New York streets. And for everybody showing us hate and y'all only get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. I fucked up. But y'all know what I mean.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, my nigga.
Drunk, hence Drunk Sports Talk. Fuck y'all niggas.
Peace.